What's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing? Today we are in Idaho, and as you can see, it's some pretty interesting weather this time of year. I'm actually using Rex Weather Force now, and it's a really neat plugin for Microsoft Flight Simulator. I was using like a year ago, and it's pretty neat. It basically picks up the METAR information from where you're at, and if it can't find it from where you're at, it'll go to like the nearest airport. Let me fix my green screen here a little. Okay, it's got to go a little this way. That's better. Okay, so this is going to be really cool. I'm going to be flying a Zlin Savage Cub, or Zen Shock Ultra, I'm sorry. And it's an awesome airplane. It's like just an incredible lightweight, ultralight machine that has been designed overseas and for some time now. It was actually one of the original aircraft for Microsoft Flight Simulator when it first came out, and the thing is just a STOL plane beast. So what's going on, Samuel? What's up, Steven? How's it going, Wolf? 1970. And sorry that you are that you had to wait for the stream to start, but if you follow other live streamers, it's pretty common to do that just to make sure everything is up and running okay and get some people in here before starting. Anyways, so we're in Idaho, and for those who don't know, it is like a bush flying paradise. It's absolutely incredible scenery, mountains, rivers, lakes, and some of the most crazy fields that you can fly into down these rivers, and that's what we're going to be doing today. So someone actually modded these fields. I can't even call them runways because they're really just grass strips, and in some cases you got to have a special permit, like special training to even fly into some of these. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to be low and slow and just do some really fun tailwheel flying here in Idaho. As you can see, it's not ideal conditions for VFR. I don't even know that in real life we would like take off because it'd probably be unsafe, but since we're in a simulator, we can do it. It's going to be fun. It's going to be sketchy, and we'll see what happens. I'm just kind of chilling down by this lake right now. The airplane is up over here, so we're going to walk over there right now. And this is where we're going to be taking off. I'm heading up toward it right now. Snow on the ground. It was actually snowing about 10 minutes ago, and the snow just stopped. Steven, I'll try to join once you get flying. That's cool, man. That sounds good. I'll let you know where we're at, and I'll show you where the flight plan is and everything. For those of you who haven't joined the Discord, that's where you can get the information for the mods. You're going to want to use these mods, Steven, if you're joining, or anyone who wants to join today. Here is a link to download the mods. You put them in your community folder. That way you'll be able to see these airfields, because if you don't, you're just not going to be seeing what I'm seeing, because these are really unknown, undiscovered little runways in Idaho. And I've got some information on them as well, because whoever made these also included some information. Here's the airplane over here, which is really cool. They included a lot of information about them. So, and as well as like some airport diagrams, I'm calling them, but they're more like diagrams for these bush strips. Some of them even say like, you know, try not to fly in here unless you have to, like use is discouraged to even use it. The first one we're going to be flying to is Cache Creek. I'll pull up the map here so you can see. I'm going to be, the airplane itself does not have a GPS built in, so I'm going to be using the VFRMap GPS today as if we have a GPS on board. And this is our route. We're starting up here. Let me just zoom out a little bit here so you can get an idea. And we're going to all these different fun fields, uncontrolled, and most of them are off of a river. So for example, like the first one we're going to is OR62. That is Cache Creek. And it's a narrow runway. It says use caution not to snag the wingtip on an uphill bank. There's extreme rodent damage to the runway surface. Expect sink over water. Steep narrow runway with dog legs. Usage limited to highly experienced mountain pilots. And that's what a lot of these are going to be. And so again, here's our route, and this is a really cool flight plan that also was included with that mod. Let me make it bigger for you for a second. This was also included with the mods. When you download the mods from that link, it comes with a flight plan you can use, and it comes with a text file with some information about these, and again, also some pictures. So really, really cool they included all that. And this is smack dab like in the middle of Idaho. We're gonna be flying down some rivers and around these mountains and everything, so pretty cool. And I'm just gonna kind of keep that here in order to reference. Like I said, this is pretty much my GPS because the Savage Carbon is what I'm flying, and it just doesn't have one in there. This is a really cool livery as well. I found it's a like D-Day inspired livery. And then we have some big Tundra tires here, and I'm also going to attempt to do some water skiing today, probably down one of the rivers or the lakes. So that'll be super sketch. We'll see how that goes. And we're going to just hop in this airplane and get started up here and go have some fun for a couple hours. Not really much to this one. Very, very simple machine. You actually get in over here. I don't know if this actually opens up for us or not. Let me see. I don't think anything opens over here. Yeah, I don't think the window is functional. But yeah, anyway, here's the throttle. Might even turn a flashlight on here. It's kind of dark. Got the throttle. We've got parking brake. I thought this was a choke. I don't know how that changed, or maybe it's a choke on a different model. But I know it's a choke on a different model, or it used to be. I don't know what the deal is with that now. But it's a parking brake at this point. And then we have our de-ice in case you run into any icing. That's just a de-ice for the windshield. Landing light. Not sure what torch does. Still trying to figure that out. I was trying to research it and couldn't find anything. Let's make sure these are off. Here's our mags, battery. And then there's also no transponder. So this is just an airplane built for VFR flying and bush flying and mountain flying to go have some fun with. It is super lightweight, and it's probably just over $100,000 for one of these machines, even though it is only 2 passengers. So pretty crazy. You only need like 100 meters to take off in this thing and land at full flaps. I am starting Steven at D69. So again, if you're going to want to install those mods into your community folder before you start up Microsoft Flight Simulator, drop those in to the community folder. I can help you out with how to do that if you've never done that, the best that I can from here. And then when you load the flight plan in at the menu, it'll start you out at D69 because it comes with a flight plan. So pretty neat. And we'll just get fired up here and go hop over to the first one. We've got quite a few places that we're going to, as you can see, so it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to be passing a, looks like Class E airport at some point. A couple of Class E's over here with fuel. For those who don't know, this crosshair here means that it has fuel. I don't know if actually they're Class E, but I know that they have fuel. So that's pretty cool if we want to like refuel right there. And those might also be paved. So we'll check that out. But starting out, we've got full fuel on board. Oh, not yet. Okay, so we're going to fill up. And then we've got like 50 pounds of baggage. We'll make that like 100 because, you know, we got like film equipment and like survival gear and camping gear on board. So we'll just make that 100 pounds, and then what's going on with my overlay up here? Is it working? I think it looks like it's working. To start out, all we're gonna do is, oh, looks like someone's appearing now with some skis and an X Cub. So that's cool. That might be Steven. And yeah, this is like one of those streams that it's gonna be a really fun one to fly along to. So I'm glad that you're able to join. Do some challenging landings here. Alright, we're gonna turn this on. The ignition, we're gonna go mags on. Throttle is just gonna be slight. And it's really that simple. There's no mixture, you don't have to worry about mixture. Basically just set the brakes and make sure that the brakes are all the way set and just start it up. Just like that. It's like much different process than starting up an Airbus A320, huh? Okay, so now that we've got that started up, all we gotta do is turn on the landing light and the strobe, and then we've got our radio here. Oh, it looks like there is a transponder. So there is a transponder. We're gonna squawk 1200, put that on standby, and we don't need to worry about any of this. What we would probably do in real life is just get the ATIS information from a nearby airport like KGIC over here. Just go to their ATIS and see what's going on with the weather. But I can tell you just from Rex Weather Force, that's what I'm using today. There's like no wind, no gusts. We do have some snow and obviously some visibility factors that could be very sketchy and dangerous, but don't really need to worry about the wind and at this moment. So we'll see how the weather changes and how Rex Weather Force does with updating all that. So now you can see it's already starting to snow a little bit, and it looks like it might even be a little bit of rain. So let's see, how's my volume doing here? Okay. So we're going to take off this direct. You know what? I'm probably just going to go taxi and turn around. It makes it more sense to take off the other way because we're going to actually be heading south the other direction down this river to our first stop, which is Cache Creek. Usage limited to highly experienced mountain pilots. Okay. Steven, I am not on live weather. Again, I'm on Rex Weather Force, so it's a plugin. You can do live weather if you'd like, or you can do really whatever weather you want. Rithik, how's it going? Hope you're having a good day. Glad you can make it. Alright, so at this point, I'm just going to start rolling this way. Now I have like parking brakes set. So let's turn that off. We're just going to do a nice chill taxi down here, and then we're going to turn around and take off the other direction. Hope everyone is having a good holiday season. It's nice to have 5 weeks in December instead of 4 this year. We've got a nice long December. And again, there's no vote right now for the next live stream because the next one is going to be flying an Airbus from Charlotte into LaGuardia, which I'll be performing on Friday, either Thursday or Friday. I haven't decided yet. And that will be at the top of my YouTube channel, and the banner that will say the next live stream. I'll put it up there once this one's over and decide on a time and all that. But yeah, so once that stream takes place, let me get turned around here, the vote will open up again for what I'm going to be doing after that. So we're doing Idaho today, and then we're gonna shift gears, do an airliner flight from Charlotte to LaGuardia. Then you guys will get to vote on what's next again. Alright, and so now we're gonna be taking off toward, looks like, some sunlight this way. I'm just getting one thing changed here real quick, and then we're gonna be ready to go. Let's see. Okay. Perfect. hop back into the cockpit. And I also have this view mapped where I can come up here and just get a little better view. Might be something like more like you'd be seeing actually in real life in person. Generally, some like to believe that our eyes see around 50 millimeters on a camera. Is your aircraft a paid mod? I don't think it's a paid mod. I believed it was a free mod. But no, I don't think it was paid. I think it was a free mod from flightsim.to. Is that the website? So I get a lot of my stuff from flightsim.to. And I believe that's where I got this from. I'm not positive. Darn it, how's it going? Glad you guys can make it. Alright, we're going to do our first takeoff and start flying because this is going to be really fun. Just some good old fun backcountry flying in Idaho with some real weather from Rex Weather Force. Let's get going. I'm going to do probably 1 notch of flaps. Flap lever is right here, just so you guys know. Okay, you've got basically 3 notches you can use there. I'm just going to take off with the first notch down. Let's get to it. Oh, and I need to set my... You know what I didn't do? I didn't really set the altimeter, but really it doesn't matter for what we're doing today. I wonder if Rex might actually have that on here. Yeah, altimeter 3006. So that's kind of cool that it also tells us that. Saves us some time having to look that up, so we'll put that at 3006, which is right around there. But again, doesn't really matter because of the kind of flying that we're doing. Alright, let's get rolling here. Just gonna tilt the nose down. Now we're on 2 wheels. This thing will just take right off. No effort at all. Just completely effortless. Incredible STOL plane. Can't beat it. I'm gonna come back on the power because this thing does have some punch. And raise my flaps. Turn off the landing light for now. We'll turn that back on when we're gonna land up here. Got my little GPS down here. Could even put that like behind me so it's out of the way. I'll leave it over here. We're going a little fast and come back on the power. Moldy Vortex 15. I don't know if that's Steven, not sure who that is. Okay, so I'm also running, got some buildings down there. Also running 720p now. So I did some problem solving, like technical problem solving, and I believe everything should be running much smoother now, which I'm very happy with because I was getting some serious lag before on the actual stream. Not necessarily for me in the game, but just on the stream it was sort of lagging. So I fixed that, I believe, which I'm very excited about, and I just can't wait to be able to afford a better computer at some point so I can run this live stream at higher settings and eventually run it like at 1080p instead of 720. But this is the best I can do for right now, so we're at 720/60. That is Steven. Cool. Awesome, man. Well, I'll let you catch up a little bit. I'm gonna slow down so you can just give you a little chance to catch up if you want. And we'll also be having some fun with the replays today. So I'm gonna go into dev mode real quick. This will actually make you catch up pretty fast because now I'm paused, and just turn on the replay tool. Really like the replay tool to be able to review landings and in some cases takeoffs. So we'll have some fun with that. And that puts that right here so that we can do that. been really looking forward to this stream all weekend. And also saw the movie Devotion recently. If you guys haven't seen it, you should definitely go see it. If you're a fan of... What is this guy doing? Just like... drinking beers or something? It's like... I'm like putting them in my recycling can? What is going on over there? It's like 12:30 in the afternoon. It's a really incredible film. Christopher Majors put on a... I'm sorry, Jonathan Majors put on an incredible performance, and I really enjoyed it. Personally, even more than Top Gun 2. You know, everyone's entitled to their own opinion, but just with the time period and the kind of flying they were doing and flying Corsairs and it being based on a true story, tons of reasons. Just really, really enjoyed that film. So we're actually coming up on our landing spot right up here. Again, this is Cache Creek. You wouldn't even be able to tell. I'm gonna just pull power here. Once I get into the white, I could put down some flaps. I believe it is right here. Yep. Can't even see it. All right, let's put in some flaps now and just make sure we don't stall. Keep our speed up. This is actually the runway right here. Cool. And we're down. Just that simple. Landing uphill as well. So this is it for those who are flying along, Steven. I know it looks crazy. This is where you would want to land. I don't recommend landing the other way. You could try to land the other way if you want, but you'd be landing downhill, which you don't want to do. Let's put the parking brake on. Just get a look at this spot. Some of these are just going to be tough to see, so it'll be interesting finding them because of the snow on the ground. You see like a little bit of an outline there of the runway. And if I were to switch to clear weather or something like that, when there's no snow on the ground, it would be a lot easier to see. Here comes Steven. With the skis. Looks like there's a little bit of a glitch there. It's not actually showing you on the ground. That happened the last live stream as well. I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know why it does that. Unless you don't have the mods installed. If you don't have the mods installed, that could be why. Let's take off and head to the next one. That was fun. Next one's going to be SAL. So let's see. Let's find that on the description here and see what there is to say about it. Is SAL in here somewhere? SAL. Gosh, there's so many of them. It's pretty crazy. Maybe there's nothing to say about that one. Oh, here it is, Salmon Bar. It's called Salmon Bar. That's going to be the next spot. This is a very short airstrip located in Hell's Canyon where summers can be hot and turbulent. There are no camping facilities. Most approaches are upstream to the south and takeoffs downstream. Approximately first 40 feet of the south end of the runway slopes steeply toward the river and has at least one hole that might swallow nose gear. Great. Rocks and depressions on both sides of the runway. Stay in the center of runway on landing and check it out before taxiing to park. So, this is not a place you'd want to land with snow on the ground because it sounds like you really need to see what's on the ground in order to land here at this next one that we're going to. Let's go. Parking brake off. Might as well just leave our landing light on because we're doing some pretty short hops here. We should be able to get in the air pretty quick here, so I don't need to taxi back. Whoa. Little sketchy there. I mean, in real life I would have, of course. we want to go more real with this, then I can take longer. Do it properly. Very interesting weather though. Let's take this one nice and low since wind is no factor right now, which is nice. In the summertime, like it could get pretty turbulent in here. And so in some cases, you know, you can fly in the canyon and see how it's going. But you also might want to consider flying above the mountains because of the turbulence. And then in some situations, you want to stay on like either the left or right side of the canyon so that if you get into trouble, you can turn around if you're doing a pass. But that's more of like a pass rule than a canyon like this. But in a canyon like this, you're definitely going to be watching out for wind shears. You want to have a pretty good grasp on the wind direction if there's wind, and where you might get some wind shears that could be sucking you in. You don't want to get sucked into like the side of a mountain. So everything's pretty much about preventing that and being able to get out of a situation if you start to feel that happening. Yeah, pretty cool. We could just kind of cruise along the river nice and low and slow. I'm gonna turn on the GPS tracking. Let's get nice and low around along this river. Yeah, I'm very happy to see that the stream is now running smoothly. So I'll keep these settings going. Oh, Steven's mods haven't been working. Oh man, that's too bad. That's probably why I was showing you like floating in the air above me. And I'm just gonna play around with my trim here. There we go. It's starting to feel pretty good. This is my favorite, personally, like my favorite kind of flying. Obviously, we have some graphical errors over here with water being on rocks, and you know, I don't expect everything to be perfect. They're simulating the entire world, but I do know that this is a pretty major difference from when it first came out, when they did the world update for the USA. So I do have the world update for the USA in here, and I mean, this is like pretty incredible scenery to be just on one river in Idaho and have texture like this. I just keep thinking back to my young flight simulator days when I was flight simulating in like the 90s when I was a kid, and we've come a long way since then. It's pretty ridiculous. So we're coming up on Salmon Bar. This is SAL. Altitude 950 feet. Got a 750 foot runway here. Very short airstrip. Probably will be at full flaps. No camping facilities, although I do have the camp out add-on, so we don't need to worry about facilities. So we've got our tent. We've got our fire. We can actually make a fire and set up a tent at some point when we find a spot that we like. Yeah, Steven, sometimes that can happen. You gotta just like reinstall everything and delete everything, wipe it clean and reinstall, which is not fun, so I understand why you wouldn't do that. It's not a fun process. It's like, is this airplane wanting to drift a little bit to the left? Maybe. I don't know if there's a aileron trim in this airplane or not. Be interesting to find out. I would imagine there's not. I wonder. See, I always use the trim to, like, the trim's mapped on my joystick, so I do wonder where the trim in this aircraft is. Could even be a button on the joystick that's like electronic. Considering how fancy this thing is, I wouldn't be surprised. Okay, here's the pitch trim right here. So that's what that is, right by the flaps lever. I don't know if there's horizontal trim, but there is a pitch trim. And I just make these adjustments on my joystick I'm using. It's got buttons on it, so I map the trim to it. Alright, SAL is right up here. Let's be on the lookout. I'm gonna slow down. I mean, it did say you land to the south. Again, I've never even seen these. This is completely new for me. And they would be a lot easier to see without snow on the ground. So we're gonna find this together. Still up here a little ways. I would imagine in the summertime you would be bouncing around like crazy in here. Probably would want to fly like mornings or evenings in most cases, unless you get some really good weather. Alright, SAL. I'm gonna start recording so we can watch the replay of this as well. And this will probably be like a more of a 3-point landing. Oh, there's a couple of airplanes right there. Let's just get an idea of what this looks like. See, I see a couple of planes right there, so that's the strip right there, and we want to land to the south, which we are. So now that we know that, I'm going to climb up and circle back. Now that we've flown over and gotten a view of it, this airplane is just a monster. Like, to be able to climb like that and come up over and back around is just... That is why you spend the money on this airplane. It is literally just a have fun, like, airfield hop, bush flying airplane. It's just an incredible machine made for exactly what we're doing today. One of my favorites that has been made. So now we need to turn around. It looks like our best chance of turning around up here is going to be continuing to have some altitude with the right side here. I'm going to stay to the right and then drop back down to the left. Kendrick, how's it going? Hey, I really enjoyed these live streams and I'm new to aviation. Is there a reason you view the map backwards? Well, so I have it set to north, south, east, west. That's how I prefer the map to be. Holy crap, look at that. As soon as I came to this altitude, the graphics completely changed. Oh my gosh. Way more realistic. That's crazy. Alright, so now I'm going to drop back down to the left in this canyon. I'm going to put flaps on. We're going to have a steep decline back down here. This is just incredible. I'm going to go full flaps for this descent. Circle back, landing lights on. We're only at 50 miles per hour right now. Is that miles per hour? Knots, I'm sorry, knots. I prefer miles per hour, but old school. I don't know what just happened with our weather. I don't know if that has to do with Rex. It could be weather force updating as we're flying. We may not even have snow on the ground now. The scenery just completely changed. I think that could be Rex weather force because it updates the weather as you fly, which is really neat. Yeah, so I'm not viewing the map backwards. It's just that it's north, south, east, west. If I want to change it to... Oh, that's cool too that it has that on there. There is a way to change it, I believe, so that you're following the plane from behind on the map. I don't know. But that's how it works. It's north, south, east, west. I'm getting a little slow here. We're going to come in here and stall land right now. Here, I'll start recording now. nice and slow. I believe this airplane can get all the way down to like 30 knots before really stalling. Woof. Okay, that was pretty rough. I should not have hit that early. I got nervous because I was like, there's no room. Let's try that one again real quick. See if I can circle back without having to go up further. Yeah, that was rough. Okay, it's also really neat to be able to see the ground now. Let's try that one more time. This is a tricky little field. You really can't even like see the runway. These are places that you would only want to fly into if you have, like, you'd go there with someone and fly with someone who's experienced with it first before you'd go do it on your own and be PIC. Such a capable machine, so much fun to fly. Alright, let's see if we can do a better job this time. Starting to stall here with the flaps. I think stall is more like 45 or so with the flaps. There we go. Now we're looking better. Ooh, that was a little too high there. Almost got into some trouble. Looks like we got a little bit of wind coming from the left. Yeah, not a great landing. But we'll just keep going because we got plenty more fields to go to. It's like a little touch and go there. That's neat. Looks like this one is also modeled a little bit better for you because you weren't like 10 feet above me. So they put a couple of... Yeah, this one is tough. It's a very short strip like they said. I'm going to attempt it one more time and then we'll keep going. Got a couple of other airplanes here, which is a nice touch. So whoever modded this put the windsock, probably made it flat, and then added a couple little planes here. I don't think you could get off the ground with a 172 here. I don't know. I'm not convinced. But so interesting choice, but of airplanes there. All right, I'm actually going to take off this way, circle back. I just can't believe how short you can take off in this thing. Circle back and try this one more time and then keep going. I'm gonna raise up the flaps. Now, in a turn, like a really hard turn like I'm doing here, you also want to make sure you don't get too slow because you will stall. So I always add a little power in these hard turns, and that's the same deal in real life. Because you just don't want to, your angle of attack is completely changing in a bank like that, and so you can stall at a higher speed. Alright, here we go. Let's try this one more time. Okay, I wanted to go... Yeah, I still was stalling a little too hard there. What I should probably do is keep the speed up. And that's kind of a dangerous way to do it, to have that like come in and just stall that quickly. So what I'll do is I'm gonna try one where I keep the speed up a little bit and just keep a little bit of power in so that it doesn't just like plop down, because you wouldn't really want to do it that way in real life. Do we have someone else coming in? Cool. I don't know if this is some part of the group or not, or if just someone happened to be flying in here. Let me get over this ridge. I'm gonna have a little more room on the approach because that can help a lot too. Set yourself up. A little bit of left rudder on this turn. Beautiful. All right, now we're gonna start working in the flaps. There's 1 notch. Let's go ahead and do 2 and 3. Fastest snow melt to ever witness. I know, right? Okay, so it's also a little bit of a turn here. And then when this airplane wants to stall, it keeps wanting to go right. I'm gonna keep a little speed in here. This will help. There we go. It's much, much better. But it is a very short strip, so you just gotta kind of work in a little bit of brakes. You don't want to just brake hard when you land, because that is how you're going to nose it over, and then you could end up flipping the airplane, or at the very least damaging the prop. So you don't want to do that. Let's taxi back properly and take off and go to our next destination. We'll look at what that is. Looks like it's going to be ID 50. So India Delta 50 right here. I'm going to look that up on our notes, see what it has to say about that. That is called Wapshila. So this is an airstrip we're going to head to. It recently became open to the public, and it's located a short hike from the lower Salmon River. Let's get an overview here while I'm reading this. It's a pretty cool view here. What else does it have to say? It's 1,000 feet, so it's like 3 times the length of this one. And it's owned and managed by the Idaho Fish and Game as a game refuge. So that's really cool. And this allows good access to the lower Salmon River for fishing and hiking. Warning, if you do not like rattlesnakes, this is not the best place to go. Got that? Okay. We even have rattlesnakes here in Florida, and they are like in some of the dunes on the beach. For the most part, you'll never see them, but yeah, they're even here on the coast of Florida. All right, getting turned around here. Excited for this one. I again have no idea what it's going to look like, and I don't even know which direction to land. It doesn't really say which direction is common to land for this one, so we'll just go scout it out and just kind of see how we feel about it. I do see the weather still kind of changing a little bit as well, which is neat. All right, let's work in some power here, get that tail off the ground. And we are back up, flaps up. We're gonna be making a left here. Slow down, this thing definitely has some power. Boy, does this make me want to go to Idaho, though. I mean, even if I can't fly in Idaho, and I can't find a way to fly there, I just cannot wait to go, like, camp and hike there. What a dream this would be to do in real life. How's everybody doing back there? Got a little group now. Just hopping around. Yeah, that was a pretty tough spot. That was like a really, really short field. I wouldn't even attempt to land there in real life without a plane like this. You need a pretty good STOL plane for that one. If anyone has any questions, let me know. There are no dumb questions here. Just building a community of aviation lovers of all kinds. From beginners to experts. And armchair pilots to real pilots, doesn't matter. Everybody's welcome to ask whatever they want, talk about whatever they want. Just chilling down this canyon right now. Definitely a bucket list to do something like this in real life. I mean, potentially may consider moving out west one day into a place like Idaho. Not opposed to it. But wouldn't be in the next 5 years or maybe even 10. But we'll see. Been in Florida my whole life. I'd love to walk out my door and be able to walk uphill. Oh, cool. We got someone here from Idaho. Raven says he lives in Idaho. It's epic as the pictures on your simulator are, but even more so in real life. And he goes to the Sawtooths quite a bit, wanting to get my pilot's license so I can do what you're doing. Nice. Awesome, man. We'll keep in touch, and if you get your pilot's license, I'll come out there and visit. We can go fly together, because man, would I love to do that. I would love to fly potentially for a living one day, but it'd have to be something like Forest Service, what was it that was just mentioned, like the Idaho Fish and Game, like something like that would be so awesome. Or putting out fires, like fire rescue. That's the kind of aviation job I'm more interested in. This one's a little off the flight plan. So we're gonna be flying up to this one, then turning back around, and then continuing back down to, I think, PIT it is. And so we might even just climb above the mountains just to get another view, another perspective, and get to the next one a little bit quicker after this one. Okay, this is looking interesting. So it's on the west side of the river. It's coming up. Starting to look for it now. I'm flying nice and slow. No need to be in a hurry right now. West side of the river. Looks like it might even be up. Up on this ridge up here. Yeah, actually, I think this one's higher up. Let's check it out. Ah, okay, how about that? There's a couple of other airplanes here. Oh, there it is. Wow, that is so cool. What a spot. All right, so we're gonna turn around, and then what you do is you actually split off the river into this little canyon here, we could call it, and you just follow that into the runway. Dang, that is dope. I love it. It's really cool. I was expecting it to be off the river. Okay. And the airstrip is about 500 yards from a hot springs called Bonneville. Nice. So that's like really close. Hot springs right next to it. We're getting some insider information here on Idaho, guys. We got someone from Idaho here watching. Alright. Doing a big turnaround here. Pretty sketchy. Probably not exactly how I would do it in real life. That's okay. Then we're gonna split into here and just follow this into the runway. I'm gonna put a notch of flaps down now. Actually, let's go to 2. Keep some power in. And full flaps now. Keep more power in. Don't want to get too slow. We've got 1,000 feet here and we're coming in. Beautiful. Alright, that's 2 wheels, coming back to 3. Nice. Not terrible. And then we've got some other planes and vehicles here. Let me throw the parking brake on real quick. Stop our replay. And see what the other guys are up to. Coming in. Oh, we got USAPR in here. It's good to see some familiar faces. Some of these USA used to fly with me when I was live streaming like a year or 2 ago. Oh, and we have a chopper. That should be a much easier landing. Yeah, pretty interesting. Why I don't know why they have these other planes like up on this hill. That just doesn't look right. But I also like that they have some facilities here that they placed. Ooh, it's like you might have just nosed over. Alright, let's check out a replay. Oh no, I just messed it up. That's alright, we'll do it again. This one's kind of fun. We're gonna do it one more time and then we'll continue. Ian, how's it going? Good to see you here, buddy. Okay, release the parking brake. I'm gonna take off the other way. Hold here for a second, and we're gonna do just 1 notch of flaps. Alright, perfect. Do it. You don't want to go full power, that could be bad. It's good to just get moving. Try to get that back wheel up first. Once you get that back wheel up, you're gonna be having a lot more control of the airplane and what it's doing and everything, so. Much smoother takeoff that way. If you just go full power, that can get sketchy. Although in this airplane, may not have to worry too much.
What is that?
Disposal? Oh yeah, my neighbor's like renovating his bathroom. Looks like they're trying to drop off a dumpster or something. Back in here, we're gonna go to 2 notch flaps, and then let's just go full flaps now, keeping the power. Steven, I'm glad you could stop by for a bit. Hey, even if it's just 10-20 minutes, it's better than nothing, man. Thanks so much for dropping by. Hope you have a wonderful day. Since we have a little more room here, we don't need to come in and do a crazy stall landing. So again, I'm going to keep some power in. We may be getting a little bit of a crosswind, I was noticing on takeoff. So that's interesting. I think coming from the right. Let's do a little left rudder and right ailerons here. Perfect. We'll just one wheel it down into 3. Felt a little uncoordinated. What's everybody else doing here? Got some other people coming in and landing again. Cool. So we'll check out the replay real quick and then keep going. This is really fun. Alright, stop. And then I'm going to... let's put the parking brake on and hit play. Not bad. Not bad. See how much more room we had to play with. It gets intimidating though. I mean, we were stopped about halfway down the runway already, so it's good to be able to take your time when you know you have time. Definitely want to take as much time as you can to get a smooth landing in. All right. Let's come back out of this. Good stuff. Parking brake off. Landing light's gonna stay on for now. We're gonna climb up over the mountains now to our next destination, which is... let's see, we got PIT coming up next. That is not in here. There's no information on it on here. Huh. Well, that's interesting. What's the one after that? SHEP? That also has nothing in here. And then we have NA2. Nothing. WHWR. Okay, that's Whitewater Ranch, so that might be the only one I have information on next is Whitewater Ranch. Entrance somewhat blocked by trees. Runway steep and narrow. Large rocks close to the runway. It's a ranch property just south of the airstrip. Oh, there is a ranch property just south of the airstrip near the shoreline. That's cool. Okay, so we'll just kind of, since I don't have much information, we'll just scout it out, see what's going on at PIT, and then SHEP. Again, I think we have a little bit of a ways to get to PIT, so I'll let you guys decide. We could either go higher up and get a view up high, or we could go low through the canyon and just keep following the river through the canyon nice and low to PIT. Start taxiing here. I'm gonna just say we're gonna climb up above and just get a different perspective here. All right, here we go. I'm just gonna go for it. Start adding some power. Right rudder. And then more power. Just look at the climbing capabilities of this machine. Look how much altitude we're gaining, and we're going 110 knots. And our vertical speed is like so high. Pretty incredible. Keep an eye on icing. We'll see if we get any icing up here. Look at this view. Oh, man. This may help get us to the next one a little bit quicker, but just gives us another perspective as well of the ground and how beautiful it is here. I mean, look at that. Unreal. Probably gonna cruise at about 6,000 feet. Yeah, we'll level off here. Now I'm just going to be playing around with my trim because there's no autopilot. So trim is really just my autopilot now. Let's find a nice cruise setting. We're at 6,000 feet. Headed down to PIT next and then SHEP. For some reason though, the airplane, like if I don't touch anything, the airplane wants to go left. See how it's wanting to turn left? And that might actually have something to do with the prop wash. So if I do a little bit of right rudder, like now I have a little bit of right rudder in, might not turn that way. See that? How that works? So I have a little bit of right rudder now. And now it's just flying. I don't even have to touch a thing. I got it trimmed off. Looks like we might be descending a little bit. I've got it trimmed off. I got a little bit of right rudder in. Cruising at 110 knots. But if I take my foot off the right rudder, watch what the airplane wants to do. It'll start to go left. That's actually quite realistic because it's probably something to do with the aerodynamics and the prop wash. The way that the propeller is rotating, and it has to do with because of the direction and the force that the prop is rotating. So I'm just going to keep a little bit of right rudder in here. And I can just kind of chill like that. Maybe even go into the drone cam and see how the airplane holds right here. Breathtaking landscape. Might be one of the most underrated states in the United States. Let's see how Twitch is going. started streaming to Twitch simultaneously. I know nothing about it. I haven't really even set it up right yet. But, yeah, I don't think anyone's really watching on Twitch. I don't know how to get people to watch on Twitch. I think you gotta add, like, tags. So now the airplane's wanting to turn. That's the problem with the drone camera, is you lose control of the airplane. I'm gonna start a descent here, back down into the canyon. We're just gonna pull power all the way out. Landing light's still on? Yeah. Yeah, if anyone knows about Twitch, I'd love for someone to like help teach me how to do it right. Because I think you have to like add tags in order for people to find it. Yeah, here's categories and then here's tags. Unknown error occurred. Okay. Yeah, see, I'm just not even gonna mess with that. Maybe once I land. Oh, see, that's good to know, Ian. I didn't even know that. See, I gotta change that. Look at this beautiful descent. I will change that right now once I land.
Mostly you're playing within a 2 or 3 fret range.
Oh, wow. That's the problem with Twitch too, is as soon as you pull it up, it like starts playing someone else's live stream. So that's what we all just heard. Okay. Sending down, we're gonna find PIT. Again, I have no information on it. I don't know why there was no information included on this one. Maybe if I look it up on Google, I could find some. Let's keep the speed up. Slowing down. Way too much. Looking it up right now. Okay, so it looks like I'm not finding anything. Found Johnson Creek Airport. That's 3U2. That can't be it. I think we might actually be going there. So Rex Weather Force is using live weather data about 29 kilometers from the aircraft location. It just says weather conditions overcast. Temperature 23 degrees Fahrenheit. Very cold. Dew point 23. Wind 090 now at 5 knots. Okay, so Rex is actually updating, which is really cool. I really like Rex Weather Force, and I think I'm going to keep using it. I'm probably even going to use it for our next live stream this week when I fly from Charlotte into LaGuardia. Twitch appears to be more real-time, less lag between messages and stream, but I'm on a long way from being an expert, says Ian in the chat. Yeah, a lot of people are telling me like Twitch is where it's at, but that's not what I spent the last 5 years building. I would like to learn it though, and like I said, I am streaming simultaneously right now to Twitch and YouTube at the same time, but I need to get more familiar with how Twitch works and all the settings and all that. Getting closer, getting closer. I'm gonna get nice and low down here, and then at some point in this stream, I'm gonna attempt to water ski this airplane. And you guys can watch me crash. River doesn't look that great down here, but it is what it is. Would we be saying that 10 years ago? Oh, looks like the sun's like popping out. Wow. Might have gotten a little bit of sunlight there. Oh, and we're popping out in this opening. Wow, how cool is that? Oh man, what a playground for a STOL plane. We've got a nice little group here. We've got Dublin, we've got Brazil. That's probably USA, Derpy. We've got quite a group going here. Okay. We are getting very close. It looks like it is on the west side of the river. Okay, so it's coming up right here. I'm gonna stay nice and slow so we can try to get a look at it. Okay, I think we're right over it. Not yet. Not yet. It's right. Okay, I see it. Wow, that's crazy. Look at that. It's right here. You guys see that? That strip right there. I think we wanna come in the direction that we were just going. We wanna land to the south is what it looks like, because it might be a little bit uphill from the south, which is what we want. Ian, I wish you could fly along as well, man. But don't worry, there will be plenty more of this. We'll definitely be doing more of this. I'm just stoked that I got everything to run smoothly with my computer, because I don't have the best computer. Bought it like a couple years ago, but you guys know how quick everything gets outdated. So I actually had to just change my settings in the simulator. It was nothing to do with Streamlabs. I just had to change my settings in the simulator. All right, I'm gonna start recording the replay. Let's see how I do on this landing. The full power here. We're now on like a right base. Working some flaps. Beautiful. Let's keep our speed up. Oh, that was a little hard. I'm gonna try that again. I'm not really used to landing in that perspective, like forward like that, so I probably shouldn't have done that. When you change your perspective, it just like really messes with everything. Okay. Let's see what everyone else is doing. Flying the 172. Maybe a go around there? It's like you nailed it. Got the beaver. Can't go wrong with that, man. Dublin's coming in now. This is a pretty cool spot, huh? You definitely don't want to be short. Very nice with the beavers, guys. Are you gonna stop in time, though? Oh, yeah. I would say with the beaver, you gotta be like really slow here, full flaps. Almost gonna be in a 3-point. Here comes Brazil. Again, maybe another attempt. Can you put on the brakes in time? There we go. Much better. Good stuff, good stuff. I'm not gonna watch the replay of that landing. We're gonna do one more here. Probably should taxi back and then take off the other way. That's how I would do it, but for time's sake, I'm gonna take off this way. And we have liftoff. I'm gonna raise the flaps for a second until I get turned back around, then we'll work them back down. Nice turn here, and then add some power on this turn. Alright, good. Let's work the flaps back in. I'm coming in a little hot, but I think we'll have time to bleed off the speed. Yeah, there we go. Let's try this again. Get it a little smoother. I'm gonna stay in this this configuration here. This is what I'm used to landing in. That's much better. Beautiful. And we'll flip that around. I'm gonna stop right here, put the parking brake on, and then we'll check out the replay in a second after we watch another landing here from Brazil, since he's coming in right now. Looks like he's hitting the mountain before the runway, but I think that's just because we're not seeing it properly. Oh, doing a go around. I don't know if it was a touch and go or a go around. Alright, let's check out this replay real quick. Beautiful. And let's do one more perspective here. Nice. It's fun to watch those. Maybe more so with bigger airplanes, but still fun. Okay, and I'm going to leave this here for you guys for a second. I gotta go refill my coffee real quick and then we're gonna keep going, but I will be quick, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. I'm just gonna leave the shot right here. This beautiful field. This is probably my favorite one yet. And I'll just leave the shot here for anyone who wants to keep watching themselves land. Enjoy the scenery for a second and the sounds. I'll be back in 2 minutes, maybe 3, maybe 4 at the most. Alrighty, I'm refueled here. Good thing I brought the jet boil with me. I can make some coffee at this airfield. Is USA coming in one more time? Looks like it. As soon as he lands, we will keep going to the next field. This is a really cool one. I really like this one. I like the little markers at the beginning too. Just like dug out the terrain there. Comes the beaver. Very nice. I've seen some good landings from USA, and He has been around for quite a while with me on these live streams. So I was doing this, some of you may not know, but I was doing this like a couple years ago and then stopped because there was a lot getting in my way, but I'm really happy to be back. Parking brake off. We're gonna come down here, turn around, and then take off the direction that we're supposed to be headed. I mean, this is actually a pretty safe way to take off as well. This might even be a better takeoff opportunity to go north here and then circle back around, but I'm gonna take off the other way. And we're going to be headed to this SHEP next, which again, I don't have any information on, do I? No, I do not. That's okay. We'll have some information on quite a few of them. And then over here at NA2 or AO5, we can refuel. How is our fuel doing? We probably don't even need to, which is nice to know that it's there. Yeah, we don't really need to refuel. We have plenty of fuel. Alright, let's do flaps one notch. I really wanted to turn left there. Yeah, I probably would take off the other way there, to be honest. Go downhill, get more speed. That seems like a way better option. Twitch link is right here. Alright, looks like we're going to want to climb up out of here, and then we'll probably drop back down toward this Sierra Hotel Echo Papa. So, make sure we get our flaps out of the way. Yeah, actually, okay. Yeah, I got my Twitch, I still got to work on my Twitch notifications for Streamlabs. It's still got like the zombie guy by default. So I will get that changed. Again, the Twitch thing is brand new to me. I haven't really set it up. I just went ahead and started streaming on it because I know that I'd like to have a presence on there in the future. Climb up out of here and then drop right back down. I just want to be able to go to as many fields as possible in the time that I have, so that's why I'm climbing up and then, you know, doing more of a direct to route. Dan, what's going on? Yeah, I did figure out my lag issues. It was just that I needed to lower my resolution for the simulator. I had it on, oh, I'm sorry, had some audio levels wrong there. Yeah, I had my simulator. Oh, we're getting into some low visibility here, so I'm gonna come back down a little bit. at 1920 by 1080 in the game, and thinking that that would be fine, and it just wasn't. It just was not working for the stream. So all I had to do is lower the resolution, lower a couple other settings, and then I was good to go. So now we're looking smooth, and that's really all it was. Again, I really would like to get a new computer so that I can stream this at a higher quality for you guys, but it's running really good at 720/60 now. All right, looks like we even have some sun popping through. We did for a second. I am just stoked on this scenery. Oh my gosh. It's so incredible. Ever since they did the overhaul for the US and pretty much worldwide now, it has been looking incredible. Especially once you get even just 500 feet or 1,000 feet off the ground, it really starts to look real. Got a little turbulence back there, so I don't know what's going on with the winds. Let's see. What is Rex saying about the winds? 080 at 5 knots. Okay. I love that we're going into like some lighter sections where you get the sun coming through and then it goes right back into overcast. Now that we're over that, we're going to start dropping back down into this section up here, right ahead. Then come around this way. Really, we want to go, and in real life we would go this way. We'd stay in this canyon here instead of going over the mountains. Yeah, it looks like we're going to be passing over that actually. We want to climb back up. We've got a nice fleet here. It's pretty neat. Love that you guys are flying along. We got like a group of 4 or 5 people flying along right now. And if you guys love this kind of flying, well, I do too. So we'll definitely be doing more of it. We got the whole world as our oyster. I like to throw in some airline stuff every now and then just because of the, you know, it's fun. It's just fun to fly some heavier machines, high altitudes with the add-ons like GSX and PacX. Yep, we're gonna have to climb over this. So I'm gonna stay this way just for safety. If we start to get sucked down, then we can bail out. So we'll go a little bit more of a 45-degree angle here. And then I'll turn back to the east. Just want to kind of circle away from this mountain as we're climbing. So if we start losing altitude or something like that, we can easily bail out to the right. Ooh, hitting some bumps. Now that we're high enough, I can start to turn back this way. I can't believe how fast this machine climbs. It's pretty ridiculous. Alright, and we've got some pretty low visibility up here. That's fine. We know that the visibility is good below us. Right now, I'm going to stay right about here. As soon as we cross over this mountain, we're going to drop down back into a canyon. I'm going to actually stay a little more headed south because I can see on the terrain GPS that the canyon's going to appear right after this ridgeline ahead. Everybody say hello to Lori. It's okay that this is over your head. You can still hang out. Hope that you're doing well today. Alright, so we just cleared that. That's our highest point there. I think we want to go, I think we were also going over this next ridge line, and then after that we'll drop down back into our canyon. Or actually we could go right here. We're going to follow this down. That makes a lot more sense. Be going up here, and then we'll be making a left and continuing our descent. We've got 3 airports here, guys. So this is, well, I wouldn't call them airports, but 3 fields here. Then 3 more up here. Then 4 or 5 more down here. So, pretty fun day. Lots of different places to land. I like that I'm starting to feel some turbulence. Starting to feel more like the mountains. Hopefully everyone's making it up and over that. You can always circle, do a 360 and just keep circling, gaining altitude. Is that a road down here? Wow. Interesting. Look at these roads. Look at this road. I want to drive on that road. I'm gonna get to Tacoma on that. You guys see this road? I need to plan a trip to Idaho. Just want to drive out there. Get to Tacoma out there. Okay, I think we're gonna be hanging a left up here. That's what it's looking like. I think we're gonna be turning left, like right in here. Pretty interesting navigating to these things. Yep, so I'm going to be turning left here. Right down into this canyon. Oh wait, is that not right? Oh, maybe it's back to the... Okay. Now I gotta get out of here. I guess it was continuing a little... I guess it was more to the right. It's hard to see on the GPS. Yeah, you don't want to mess that up. Good thing we have an airplane that can really climb. Alright, we're gonna turn around here. I'm gonna keep the speed up in this turn. We can pull it out right about here. It looks like we want to actually follow... Are we following the river? Yeah, okay. That makes more sense. We're gonna follow the river. That should take us to the next one. It's like when you're driving and you're using Apple Maps or whatever it is. You can't tell like where the GPS is trying to take you. This is a pretty dangerous kind of flying. You definitely want to be with someone who knows what they're doing here. It looks like the river does a turn to the left here. That's why, okay, that's why I was confused. It does a pretty big turn to the left here. Just trying to mess with my Twitch settings. Okay, here we go. Cool. Alright, I just changed it. Why is there nowhere to save? Does Twitch just automatically save? Must just automatically save. Cool. I wasn't even really looking at where I'm going, so I'm back now. Just changing some stuff in Twitch. Later you can link your Savage mod so we can see your library on Sim, please. Thanks. Oh yeah, for sure. It's a good point, USA. I will find that and link it. Raven, that's good to hear. Definitely have to try to link up. What part of Idaho are you in? Are you in the mountains? I know you mentioned you go to the Sawtooth. Alright, let's pick up some speed here. Is a little bumpy. What's the weather force saying? 080 at 5 still? Okay. I don't know how like often it updates. I think every 15 minutes. I believe. I mean, yeah, that makes sense. I mean, weather is not going to change that fast. It can in the mountains. But it makes sense that it's about the same at whatever airport it's pulling it from nearby. Looks like it's pulling it from KGIC. Where's that? KGIC is right here. So Rex Weather Force is pulling the weather from right here in KGIC. Ooh. Just got a little push of the left wing there. Definitely a little bumpy here. I'm gonna pick a side. I'm gonna pick the right side here. Well, let's see. Wind's at 050. We don't. Do we? Yeah, we have a compass here. Yeah, we're headed. Oh, sorry. Getting tossed around here. That's like the direction that we're headed right now. So we're going right into. So the wind might actually be coming right through this canyon, right into our face. We're out of 050. Yeah, it might be ripping over this ridge right here. Fortunately, it's not too windy though. We're good. Nothing to be super concerned about. But if that is the case, I'm going to stay to the left side actually. If it's pouring over the top of this. Plus you got like a little bit lower elevation on this side, which makes a lot more sense to stay more to the left. I'm also climbing a little bit. It's kind of sketch to be down in there right now. Too low. I didn't realize it would take that long to get to all these places, to be honest, but it makes sense. Not really a go fast airplane, although it does go pretty fast. I mean, you can cruise at 120 if you want. Right now I live in Boise, 15 minutes from BOI and about 10 minutes from the Nampa Municipal. Nice. Very cool. So not familiar with Idaho, and I can't wait to become more familiar with it. I'm pretty familiar with Utah. Been all over Utah except for Zion, but I've been to pretty much everywhere else. Most other places in Utah. Arizona, I'm pretty familiar with. Colorado, but I still haven't been to Wyoming. And actually, Kristen and I, my wife and I, are supposed to go to Jackson, Wyoming next May. So that'll be cool. We're doing some hiking in Wyoming, getting to know Wyoming a little bit, because I'm excited to go there. And then I'm really excited to go to Idaho and Montana. Montana's on my radar too, which could happen maybe next summer. Everyone's still doing good back there, it looks like. That's really funny. Lori says, I'm kind of in a flight path over here, so when a plane goes by, I imagine it's all of you guys. love it. This airplane, again, would set you back probably $120,000. Yeah. You can get one for a lot less than that. But this one in particular, not a cheap airplane. Its design was state-of-the-art, lightweight, everything. Probably, I would imagine, some carbon fiber involved. Still a little bumpy here. It's smoothed out a little bit, though, I've noticed. We're getting close to this other field. Now, is this one, like, right on the river? A little bit north of the river. But really not far off. I just can't believe there's no mixture on this plane that you have to deal with. You do get to choose your appearance as far as like the paint for the airplane. So I'm really into vintage aviation and military World War II days, Golden Age days. So of course I picked this D-Day inspired livery, however you want to say it. Got a nice formation here going with the 172. Getting closer, probably about a couple minutes away from being able to see what's going on with this field. I have no idea what it's going to look like. I wonder what our altimeter is right now too. Let's see. It's 2.9 or 9 or 4, so let's change that. More like in there. Whoa. Wind 080 at 5. I was thinking 050 before. So yeah, we pretty much are like almost going right into the wind here. So we'll want to be landing this way. It's good to know where the runway is and where to land, so that because it's hard to fly over these fields and then circle back and get set back. It's just dangerous to circle back and then get set up, you know? It's good to know like where they are right away. This one is looking like it's going to be interesting. Is it that bar right there? Wow, look at this area. This is crazy. Oh, it's showing it's more to the left. Okay, so it's gonna be right in here to the left. Let's see what this looks like. There it is. There it is. Is that it? Yep, that's it. There's a plane down there too. Okay, you guys see that? That's our target. Super sketchy. Almost looks like a road. So I think we'll have a left crosswind if we turn around and we land this way. I don't know what the proper way to land here is because, you know what? I'm gonna actually circle back around to the right. But yeah, I don't know the proper way to land here because we don't have any notes on it. So I'm just gonna attempt a landing back this way. Should have a left crosswind. We'll see how it goes. Let's start recording. Looks like we're gonna be going a little bit to the left while we're landing. I need to like do a slip right now because I need to bleed off some speed here. Coming in way too hot. Let's get in the full flaps. I might be able to slow down enough. Might be able to... yeah, should be good. Look how sketchy this is. Perfect. That'll do. Didn't really have to put much ailerons into the wind, it didn't seem like. It's really not, wasn't that windy as I got closer to the ground. And there's some more room up here. Looks like I might have had some more room to play with. Up ahead a little bit. Well, not much. What an interesting spot. I would imagine in real life you have a lot more room coming from this way. It's getting like an overhead view here. Am I drifting away? Oh, I was drifting away. Didn't put the parking brake on. Back up. Let me get turned around and put the parking brake on, and then we'll watch the replay. Pretty interesting spot. How much longer are you live for? Probably like another hour. Usually aiming for around 3 hours. Unless it's an airliner, then it is what it is. Certain flights, you know. Could go more. I would definitely want to hit up all these fields. Oh, I got another Twitch following. It's so funny I still have the zombie guy there. Gotta change that. Okay, parking brake on. We're gonna watch the replay. Surprisingly, no, I don't think it's only meant for emergency landings. It is probably a real airfield to land at in real life. Okay, so there's also some like houses around here, even a boat. Interesting. I don't think you could boat in this river, but I could be wrong. Some other houses over here. What a place to live. Look at this airfield though, how it curves to the right. That is wild. Alright, let's check out the replay. Nice. Look at all that dust spit up. That's cool. Alright. Let's have one more look at that. That's fun. Start it like here. Had a nice steep descent in there, but it was a good speed though. I was going exactly the speed I want, and then as I got closer to the ground, you can hear me add a little more power in there. Just so I didn't come in and flare and just stall. Love that dust. Dude, that dust is so cool. I don't know if that was always there. That's rad. Alright. Nice little replay there. That was fun. Moving on to the next spot now. So where do we want to take off here? Probably, I'm going to actually take off. Looks way safer to take off of this direction. So I'm going to turn off the parking brake, turn around, and we're going to be taking off toward our next destination, I believe, which is continuing down. I know it actually goes this way. Huh. Oh, maybe we do want to take off that way then. Interesting. Alright, well, we could do that. You know what? No, with the way that the wind is though, and the way that this thing's curved, I'd rather be more realistic about this, and I'm gonna take off the other way, gain some altitude, and then we'll turn around and fly the direction we need to go. Just be more realistic that way. Alright, flaps to the first notch. I'm gonna get the power going and hold the brakes. Then I'm gonna let go. And we'll see how this goes. Maybe even get the tail off the ground first. There we go, nice. Oh, I didn't hold it. Did not do that right. I'll have to work on that. Keep full power into this turn. A pretty crazy turn here. Alright, now we'll be on course for where we want to go. Let's see what this next place is. Flaps up. Looks like we want to continue climbing here. This is getting sketchy. I'm gonna stay to the right because we've got a good opportunity to climb out left if needed. To bail out. Then we can just bail out to the left and turn back if we need to. I think the next runway is paved and it has fuel at AO5. Is there any information in here on AO5? Looks like there is not. That's fine, no worries. We'll just keep climbing through. This looks like we might be doing a pass here. So again, we just want to make sure we leave ourselves room to bail if we need to. I'm going to stay more to the right here. Could even pitch up a little bit. Gain some more altitude. We're looking pretty good though. I wonder if this is a higher field. This is interesting. I don't know what elevation this is going to be at. We're actually getting to it pretty soon. Let's see what's over this ridge line. I just can't get over how fast this airplane can climb. Okay. Yeah, might be a higher elevation here. This is interesting, huh? I'm gonna try to just like run a base for this place. Just land right off the bat. Can. Start pulling power. Looks like we might be dropping back down. I see the runway now, so it is down. We definitely climbed up quite a bit, and then it's back down this way. This is a paved runway. We'll just do a little touch and go here. See if I can fly down the runway on one wheel, and then we'll just keep going. Should have a wind. It's at 080. It's going to be a little bit of a right crosswind, I believe. Right, I need to slip this. Try to lose some speed. Way too much speed. I got full flaps now. We got quite a steep angle here, but that's fine. We're within gliding distance of the runway. Got no power in, full flaps. Plenty of room here to play with. I'm gonna add a little bit of power here. Ailerons into the wind, and then some left rudder. That's starting to look good right there. Nice little touch and go. A couple other airplanes down there. I'm just gonna pause this for a second. We'll have a look at that. Really steep descent. I needed to come down. I mean, that's a big drop there. Should have taken my time descending, but we have plenty of room to play with here. Compared to what we've been doing, this is a nice open field. There's a lot of places to bail out if we want to. I just went full flaps, no power, just gliding down to the runway. Nice long paved runway. And then we've got a little bit of a right crosswind, so it was just ailerons into the wind and then some left rudder. And you'll see, I think the first little bounce was kind of ugly, but I was able to get just one wheel down and just hold that down the runway. Yeah, that was a little uncoordinated there. Then we had a nice little touch and go here. Just holding it on one wheel. And take back off. All right, fun stuff. And if we needed to, we could always fuel up, which I don't think we do. We could check real quick to get the flaps out of the way here. And we'll continue to the next spot. Yeah, we got plenty of fuel. Interesting paved runway there. Now we are going to be headed to... Oh, looks like November Alpha's right here, also paved with fuel. So let's check out this one. Then we're going to be going to, I think it's like, what is it, Whitewater Ranch? Yeah, that's going to be cool. So that's going to be next, Whitewater Ranch. Do I see this place already over here? No. It's going to be to the left. I'm running a base right now for this next spot. Then Whitewater Ranch right here is a ranch property, so we'll be back into a field right after this touch and go. Again, right crosswind. Playing around with my trim. It's like Samuel's already there. What is this place? What? That's not a runway. What is this place? I don't even know if I'm gonna land there. Does not look like an airport or an airfield. I guess maybe it is though. Wow. I can't imagine that place having fuel either. There's a little town here though. Very interesting. I think I might skip that one, guys. It's not really, I don't know that it's really modeled very well. Just don't have any information on it. Let's go over to Whitewater Ranch. We're gonna head east. Then we'll continue up to a few more fields. Now, Whitewater Ranch, 1,000 feet, altitude 2,560, entrance somewhat blocked by trees. Runway is steep and narrow. Be aware of some large rocks close to the runway. And the ranch property is just south of the airstrip near the shoreline. Sounds like a pretty interesting, challenging place. What I really want to do is get back to the river. What I'll probably do is maintain a southeast heading so we can get to the river and drop down and get to the right altitude for landing. I apologize if I'm getting a little bit ahead of you guys. I know you might be falling behind a little bit, but it's all good. I'm flying pretty slow right now, so if you fly faster, you should be able to catch up. Or you could always go into slew mode, I think. Doing the mostly decaf coffee today, which has been a huge help. Because before, I was just no decaf at all. And I really would only have like a cup, maybe two. Nothing crazy, but I can't do it anymore. It's just like way too much anxiety, so I've started mixing with the decaf. I'm doing like 3/4 decaf and a 1/4 caffeinated, and that's been really, really nice. It's helped a lot. I don't know what KGRJ is. Is that on here? That is not on here, so we'll probably skip that. I mean, when I say on here, I mean it's just not in the information that I have. So it may not be part of the mod. Dan, I do the exact same thing. Makes total sense. I'm right on the same page. I don't know why it took me so long to make that transition. I do love me some coffee. I was wondering, do you guys... I was curious if you guys do any other simulators or like play any other games. I don't know if I really consider this a game. It's definitely more of a simulator. But I was wondering if you guys were into anything else. I've been playing a little bit of Age of Empires. It's always been there, you know, since it came out when I was a kid. Love Age of Empires, and I've been considering even live streaming some other simulation. Like, I'd be picky about what it is, but the World War II game U-Boat, for example, that's something that could be right up my alley that I would like to live stream. But definitely, I mean, I'm not gonna get away from Microsoft Flight Simulator. I'll definitely still be on here. But I've been thinking about some other things as well. I just can't get enough of the flight sim, you know. I never get bored of it. There's always new things coming out. It's hard to keep up with the news, but on the Discord channel, if you guys join, I do post on when I find news and certain things, I'll post about it. Alright, so I can see the ranch. What is going on down here? Oh, okay. Is that it right there by the water? Where's the actual landing? Must be right there. Oh, wait a second. Are we right over it right now? We might be right over it right now. That's what it looks like, yeah. Okay, so that is the runway right below me right there. Very interesting. This one looks challenging. I'm gonna land from the river. This is actually the way that we want to be. So let's come back to the left, and then we're gonna circle back down to the right, drop down to the river, and we should have a nice approach. Start recording. Getting a little lag right now, but that's in game. I don't know why. If it continues, I could try lowering some of my texture resolution. I don't know what's going on with all that lag. I just know that I have a really good internet connection, so I mean, I'm doing the best I can. I paid for the best internet that you possibly can pay for here. All right, I've got a visual on the runway. Super sketchy. Like, what is this place? Can't imagine landing here in real life. Going full flaps, and here we go. Wish me luck. Rather be landing to the left down on that bank by the river. Looks safer. Definitely uphill. Alright, not bad, that works. Pretty happy with that. Parking brake on. Stop the replay. There's some pretty serious lag right now, though. I don't know if it has anything to do with being on multiplayer or what. So let's see how you guys do coming in here. No pressure. Now, no one's here to judge anyone, though. We're just having fun. But it's fun to watch other people land. That was an excellent landing from Samuel. Perfect, man. It's even better than mine. Whoa, crazy lag. Gotta figure this out. What is going on with that? Could just be this spot. Let me just get going to another spot. This is like where I would... It just looks a lot easier to land here by the river. But that may not be the case in real life. Okay, we're gonna pull up the replay here, see how it works. A little laggy right now, so I don't know if it will. Very unstable terrain. It was a lot more uphill than I thought it would be. Trying to keep the power in here. But overall, not bad. Pretty happy with that. This is a tricky one for sure. Where'd everyone go? Everyone's just gone. Okay, there's Samuel. And Steven. Cool. Alright, hopefully no more lag here. Steve, I appreciate that. Hope you're doing well today. Thanks for stopping by. We're gonna go to another really fun field. What's next? We've got... Let's see. All the way up here we have a few. Got NTSR, SELW. Looks like there's a... Oh my gosh, there's like 2, 4, 6 over here. Whoa. Okay, I don't know if I'll make it to all of them, but we'll just keep going. Maybe I will. We'll go up here. We've got 6 fields up here, guys. So in STR, let's see if I have any information on that. Nothing on that. Do I have any information on 05 India Delta? Nothing on that. What about 2 Uniform 5? Wait, I think... Oh, wait a second. I just realized something. When I'm doing the search, I might not have had it set right. Maybe that's why I couldn't find information on anything. Oh no, there is nothing on NTSR and STR though. NSTR and then 2 Uniform 5. See if we have any info on that. Yeah, this is Shearer USFS Airstrip. Is that United States Forest Service? This location's main approach, runway 17, should only be attempted by experienced mountain pilots as it requires a sharp turn towards the runway whose entrance is lined with trees. The runway is fairly wide and long and should present no problems. Once you get onto the runway, you might not have any problems. So that is going to be next, is 2 Uniform 5. Then we have the 05 India Delta. Let me see if I have any information on that. Now that I know how to do this search properly, nothing on that. So we'll check these 2 out, but I like having a little bit of information on these things. So definitely 2 Uniform 5. Sounds very interesting. Should only be attempted by experienced mountain pilots as it requires sharp turns toward the runway whose entrance is lined with trees. Alright, let's get going. We've got a little bit of time until we're going to get there, but it looks like we've got a nice clearing all the way there. So won't really have to climb up high. I think I'm going to stay pretty low on this next leg. And we're going to be going downhill here on takeoff. Steven, glad to hear that, man. Yeah, I'll definitely be leaving multiplayer on for the streams. And it's really fun flying with you guys. Makes it a lot more fun, I agree. Especially when you get into some formation flying and like watching other people land and stuff. Glad you're enjoying it. And not everyone wants to fly along, and that's fine. Like, some people just want to watch, and I totally get that. Alright, here we go, guys. Do flaps. I'm going to do 2 notches here. Get the nose forward. Whoa, not too much. Downhill, and full power, pull up. That is so sketchy. And I'm going to work the flaps back up. Again, we can just kind of stay in this valley, which is nice. So I'm going to go nice and low here. Have some fun with it. And while we're headed to the next place, I'm going to play a song. So for this section, let me know if you guys have any questions, but I'm just gonna listen to some music for a little bit and just do some flying off camera.
too old for this. Been around this broken down for way too long. What was I thinking, babe? All the mistakes I made. I should have never left your side. Oh, 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 oh. I'm coming home. Oh, 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 oh. I'm coming home. Left my home for this. Starry-eyed, it's no surprise. Things went wrong. When you were there for me, you set my worries free. Now I got to change my mind. Oh, 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 oh. I'm coming home. Oh, 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 I'm coming home. Right before a storm, need the sirens. Lightning in the clouds, she could dance. Getting there, but I'm trying to hold it. Falling stars flashing like a cold day. My ship's spinning out of control. Your love's spinning out my Jericho. Want the moment to last. Slow motion, hard fast. Sail the seven seas for the treasure. I walk in a plane for your pleasure. Get your breath, feel the rush in my skin. Can't stop, I keep breathing. You got me chasing your shadow, faster than Super Mario. Don't know how to react. Hearts under attack.
Doing a little formation flying there. That is freaking awesome. We are definitely going to be doing more of that. That was amazing. Some formation flying with a little music in Idaho. Now we're coming up on these other fields here. So 2 uniform 5 is what I'm most informed on from these notes. That's really all I have in my notes. We've got a couple more before that we can check out. 05 India Delta is coming up here on our right. We're going to be meeting back up with the river. Been in a nice formation with the Cub. That was super cool. Do a little breakaway here. Out to the right. Let's see if we can go find this field. Getting close to it. Looks like Rough Sloth is up here in a kit box. Whatever this place is, other people know about it. It's getting some spam, huh? Chat? Got some spam in the chat. Nightbot was cracking down. Yeah, Steven, I'm gonna have to play that back. There was a couple moments there that were like bringing me back to doing that in real life here at the beach. All right. There is the runway there. Pretty easy to see for this strip. I'm gonna circle back and get lined up here. Ooh, I love the horseshoe right there with the river. Nice. Landing lights on. We're just gonna do a quick touch and go here. We got so many fields up here to check out. Let this fall back. Full flaps. Not much wind right now, and look, you see, you guys noticed the sun popped out, so that's cool. Let's just hold this right here. Good, and just take right back off. Nice little touch and go there. Flaps up. We're gonna split back around here. That's not a kit fox. Why is it saying kit fox? Oh, you know what? I probably don't have it installed. That's why I'm not seeing it. So I gotta install the kit fox. An STR. We're gonna be turning which is basically following the river, actually. Yeah, this way. Wait, is there two rivers? What am I seeing here? Why is this so confusing? Yeah, I want to turn back this way. Oh, I see. That would be following the river south. I actually want to follow it north. Yeah, how about Rex Weather Force? Pretty cool. Samuel says, "Have you heard of first payware aircraft from Got Friends?" No, I have not. Oh, here it is right here. I can see it. Let's see if we can nail this. Full flaps. Looks like there's two little runways here. That's interesting. I'll take that. Spin back around and take right back off. Whoa, that was a little crazy. Not really taking my time right now. So I want to get over to this one that we know a little bit more about, which is the 2 Uniform 5, which is right up here. And I'm going to actually I can pretty much just join up with you, Samuel. Just right into a formation here. Almost. Gotta slow down. Did I lose you? Oh, there you are. Let's see if I can catch up. Alright, so now we're going to the 2 Uniform 5. Quick reminder, this requires a sharp turn toward the runway whose entrance is lined with trees, so we'll have to check that out. Look at these graphics though, like I'm not even running on high settings really. I mean, I have a couple on high, but it looks so good. Alright, we're coming up on it now. I'm going to slow down. I think I can see it actually. Might be it right there. Oh, I see how it requires a sharp turn. Alright. Full power. Do a little slip here. Full flaps. This is a nice big clearing though. And we've definitely landed at some much trickier ones today. Beautiful. Anyone else want to land here? We can check it out with the drone. Who is this? Is this part of our group? Oh, cool. Huh. Alright, I get it. We're getting spammed. I need to add some filters to Nightbot. Give me 1 second here. Raven says, I wish you could see what Idaho really looks like. It's as epic as you think it looks. I can't wait, man. Gotta get here in real life. What a dream. Like, honestly, just, I could live here and just share a plane with someone and airplane camp and just hop around to different fields like this, or work for someone like the Forest Service. Like, what a dream that would be. I don't really know how the winter would go, though. I would imagine, like, this kind of flying is really not year-round, though, like it is here in Florida. Okay, but still, I mean, when the weather's right, it's pretty much perfect. That was a nice landing. Beautiful. Very nice. That was cool to watch. Alright. So let's go to, what is this? Sierra Echo Lima Whiskey? Do I have any information on that? Lima Whiskey. If I go up. Oh, this is this it? No. North Star. No, that's not it. Oh, NSTR. We did have information on that. Why did it not find that? Must have typed it in wrong. Oh well. There was one back there a ways ago that I had some information on that I didn't know about. It's called North Star Ranch. Oh well. Okay, SELW. That is Selway Lodge. We're going to Selway Lodge. It's located about a mile north of Shearer USFS airstrip. So a mile north of where we are now, which is 2 Uniform 5. This location's main approach only determined blah 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 blah. Oh, so the whole time. So I thought we were talking about this place, but we were actually talking about Selway Lodge for the sharp turn towards the runway. Okay, interesting. So I was gonna say this is pretty open. So the information I have is actually right up here on the next one. All right, let's get to that then. That was a nice takeoff. So it's going to be right here, and this is the one that could get a little tricky. The one that we were just at is a Forest Service airstrip. That's very interesting. Samuel says with the floats you can use a paddle to slowly move the aircraft in the water. Alright, so this is another field here. Again, all of these have been a little bit more space in comparison to the other ones that we've had, though. I do see how it requires a sharp turn with the trees there if you're coming down the river. I'm going to circle back, follow the river, and then we're going to make a right turn right onto the runway here. See how it goes. Go ahead and start the replay. Add some power in this turn. A little bit of left rudder. Perfect. Then we're gonna have this crazy right turn here. Let's get in some flaps. All right, I am full flaps now. Don't want to get too slow. Really not bad though. But yeah, it's definitely sketchy. I mean, okay. Good, good. Work it down. Perfection. Flip around. Get some other landings here. Parking brake on. This is a cool spot. Wow. I mean, just look at this scenery. Like, I think this is one of the best places in the world for flying, and it's just definitely one of the most underrated states. Like, what a gorgeous place to have a little airfield right here nestled next to a river in this canyon. Unbelievable. We're definitely going to be doing more of this, guys. All right, I'm going to leave this here for a second. I'll be right back in 1 minute, and then we'll close out the stream with one more spot, or two more spots actually, just north of here. That's probably going to be all I have time for today, but I'm not leaving yet. I will just be right back in 2 minutes. I'll leave the camera here for you guys. So, see you in a second. Alright, I'm already back. Excited to go check out these last two places. Just gonna get a quick photo here of this spot. I can post it on Discord. Sweet. Good stuff. Did I lose my replay? I don't really have to watch it. Okay, here it is. We'll watch the replay real quick and then we'll keep going. Beautiful. So much fun. Okay. Get back to the airplane. Good. All right, parking brake off. Got 2 more spots on this stream for today. Next time we're gonna be, later this week, we're gonna be flying in the Airbus from Charlotte into LaGuardia. Alright, where do I want to take off here? Let me see which direction I want to head. Okay, we want to go this way, so we're going to take off. Wait, why did our other spots disappear on the GPS? Are they not a part of it? 1 uniform, 1 disappeared. Let me see. What about SRAN? Is that on here? Okay, that is on here. So we're gonna go up there. This is Seminole Ranch. It's a homestead that was bought by the USFS in 2005 and has not been maintained since then. Huh. For the purpose of history, we did cut the grass a bit and cleared a few trees so that it could be close to its original status. This is coming from the mod, the creator. It's a very steep runway closely surrounded by trees, a narrow clearing cut into the mountain slope. So that'll be interesting. And then again, there's still some more guys that we aren't going to get to today, so we'll be sure to do those another time. Because we've still got, look at this. If you look at this on the map, look at this. We still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 fields or more, actually, if you include all of these as well. There's so many other fields we can go check out here in Idaho. So we will definitely do a part 2 of this stream at some point. And I could see this being a place that we come back to every now and then. It's just amazing. And now the weather's like, the sun's out. I really like Rex Weather Force because of the, I mean, look at how much the weather has changed over the time that we've been here, right? And now it's saying there's really no wind. It's showing clear conditions. Now 32 degrees, dew point 27. We got an altimeter of 3003. But I love seeing the change over time from the weather. That is so cool. All right, Squawk 1200. Here we go. So we're gonna make our way somehow up to Seminole Ranch and then this 1 Uniform 1. This is Moose Creek. Haven't been doing the radio, but we would be on a common frequency. Like, for example, if we were going to Moose Creek, we would go to 1229, which is a pretty common public frequency. So we'd go to 1229 here for reporting. 1229. All right, activate that. And we've got, let's see, we've got runway, are there 4? Wow, there's 2 runways. So we've got 4 different points we could do. Runway 2, runway 5, 20, or 23. I mean, we really could just take our pick because there's not much wind. But at this point, we could say we're probably about 10 miles out. So we'd say, whatever the name of the place is, Moose Creek. So we'd say Moose Creek traffic. This is Shock Ultra, whatever our call sign is. We'll say Shock Ultra, Victor Charlie Bravo. It's 10 miles to the southeast, following the river to fly over the field. And basically just reporting our... Oh, there's that Twitch thing again. I'm definitely going to fix that. Basically reporting our position, who we are, and what our intentions are. So for those who don't know, that's the basic like formula for the radio is who you are, where you are, and what you're doing. So because there's no tower at these places, you go to the frequency that's a public channel and you're reporting who you are, where you are, and what you want to do on that channel so that other pilots around know that you're there and what your intentions are. So it helps keep, helps separate traffic. So that's how that works. Now we've got this beautiful weather, and it's really interesting to see the overcast conditions on the horizon. We've got this white layer in the background, and I bet you if you fly far enough, you will eventually get into that. And it will change into overcast. But yeah, as of now, I'm really happy with Rex Weather Force. Weather's such a big part of aviation. The more realistic weather we can get in here, the better. Way more realistic to me and way more fun, so I'm gonna be using that henceforth unless something better comes along, or you guys think there's something better. Let me know. Oh, and these runways, these are not far away, so we're already coming up on one uniform one right now, so we probably were less than 10 miles when we report. Then we would report again here, you know, basically say we're flying over the field to check it out. Looks like it's right here though. Wow, this is a very defined little airfield here. Got nice 2 long dirt runways. They have no longer been maintained, but whoever did the mod made it to how it was when they were actually using it. Pretty neat. Let's set up, what do we want to do here? Let's set up a nice little downwind this way. Okay. Now we're on a downwind for one of these runways, which I guess would be... This would be like runway 5, no wait, yeah. 5 probably. It's tough to say. I think this one's also a little bit longer. Probably just do another little touch and go here. This looks like a fun touch and go strip here. Just hold it on one wheel and then move on to Seminole Ranch. Or 2 wheels because there's like no wind. Nice smooth touch and go there. Probably don't need to watch the replay of that actually. But I'll give you guys a second to hang out here. Just give you a couple minutes. And then we'll move on. Actually, you know what? Seminole Ranch is right here. So really you can play around with both of these. They're right next to each other. This path I'm on right now runs right into Seminole Ranch. And this was the... This was actually the homestead and then the very steep runway. I don't know what the one uniform one was. This is the one that was the Forest Service. I keep getting things confused. and then hasn't been maintained. But they made it like how it was when it was in use. This is crazy though. Look at this runway. I'm not going to attempt a landing here right now because I'm just not really set up for it. I'm just checking it out, getting a feel for it. We're going to go flaps up, turn off to the right here, full power. So you've got two fun little fields to play around with. One of them you got a lot more room than the other. You can practice some wheel landings. And then on this one you're going to be more into a much more controlled, well, that's not really the right word for it, but much more precise landing and a little bit more of a stall probably. But it is uphill, so it'll slow you down quick. Alright, here we go. So we're coming in here. I'm going to replay this because this is going to be my last landing. Cut the power. Start working in the flaps. This is a steep approach. So what you don't want to get too slow when you flare here. So you're going to need to add power when you flare because you're going to be pulling up and going uphill. So you come in right over the trees. Right, and then I'm going to start to flare right about here. And then add power. So I don't stall. Then you'll slow down quick. So you know, you just focus on a nice smooth landing because you see how quick I just slowed down. I didn't even use brakes. Didn't even use brakes. Put the parking brake on here. Good stuff. Alright, who's coming in here? Check out that replay in a second. Looks like Samuel's coming in. What a spot. I'm going to take a picture of this too. What a cool place to end today's adventure. Beautiful, my friend. A little bounce there, a little coming in a little hot, but I think you made it. Plus, you probably got some uneven terrain that you're dealing with. Very nice. You guys are crushing it. Some good landings. We got a nice little fleet going here. Maybe we should all work for the United States Forest Service. Okay. Anyone else coming in? Can't tell, but I'm gonna get a picture real quick right here. I actually like the other facing the other way better with the light. We have another one coming in now. Very nice. Dude, that was great. You barely had any ground roll at all. Good job, guys. Alright, looks like we're all here. I don't know, maybe not. Sorry if I'm missing someone, but I don't see anyone else around. Oh, there's a couple over. There's a couple over at the other field. I'm gonna push back here for a second. Just wanna come a little bit more this way. You know what's better than pushback is just slew mode. Alright, then I'm gonna shut her down here. Parking brake on, avionics off. Lights off. And we can just go mags off. Gosh, it's so simple. Not used to a machine being that simple. And then off. That's it. Flaps up. Okay, replay. Oh, I don't have it anymore. I keep losing my replays sometimes. I don't know why. Guess maybe I wait too long to replay them, but that's okay. Happy with that landing. Here, let's put out some, put out our camping gear, because, you know, probably gonna set up camp. Where should I put this? Put it over here. Anyone else coming in? Looks like we might have someone else coming in now. Unless they're practicing on that other field. I'm gonna go into my first person settings here, which is usually drone 2. Rotation around like 60 or so. I can pretend like we're walking around now. Pretty much we'll just be setting up camp now, guys. Good place to camp. I'm in the L39. The derp squad says land there, but it's too sketch for me. Yeah, I understand. Alright, we got one more coming in here. Let's get out the binoculars. Oh, that's the 172. I don't know if he's attempting to land or not. We're just scouting it out. What else could we put out here? We're gonna set up camp, and then this is going to be the conclusion of the stream here. Got some beautiful weather. Make a fire. Gotta get our windsock out, of course. Now we're talking. 172 just disappeared. Weird things happen though in multiplayer. I don't know. You guys have disappeared on me, I think, a couple times and then reappeared. But yeah, this is about it, guys. That was so much fun. I cannot wait to do this again with you guys. And then some of that formation flying toward the middle there was so magical. Reminded me of doing it in real life again. I am in St. Augustine, Florida, Chad. Thanks for stopping by. Hope everyone has a wonderful day. Or night, depending on where you are in the world. And now we have this beautiful campsite here, so we're all just gonna airplane camp. Maybe one day we'll get to all meet up and do this in real life. Okay. Nice scene here. I'm gonna get one more photograph. Turn up the volume. We can listen to the birds. Alright, here we go. And we started with some overcast weather. It was actually even snowing, and now we got some beautiful weather over here. We did travel quite a ways. Let's check our fuel. This airplane can hold quite a bit of fuel. We didn't even burn half of it. How crazy is that? But yeah, thank you guys so much. Again, later this week, I will be flying from Charlotte into LaGuardia in the A320. and then the vote will open back up during that stream for what's going to be next. That was absolutely incredible. Thank you guys so much for flying along. You're the best. And I just can't wait for more. I'm trying to do 2 streams a week, 1 at the very least. If you ever wonder what stream is going to be next, just go to my YouTube channel, and at the top in the banner, there's like a banner at the top of everyone's YouTube channel that'll say when the next stream will be. So keep an eye on that, and that's really the best way to know when the next one's going to be. So here is a link to the channel. Well, you guys are already on it, but I mean, I don't know if you know how to get to the page that shows the banner, but it's like the home page of my YouTube channel. It says on air right now, but once I'm off the air, I'll put the next day and time. I'm looking at either Thursday or Friday of this week. But yeah, thank you guys so much. That was awesome. Wish you the best, and I will talk to you guys soon. Great flying, great landing, so much fun, and we've got a lot of amazing more memories ahead. Really looking forward to it. Take care, my friends.